So, time for the the second chance heat for senior Rotax. And here is the grid. Robbie Stordo will start from pole position. Alongside will be Wesley Eckhart. Vincent van Kerkhoff and Enzo Dickenberg will line up on row 2. Row 3, Luca Brima and Kaz Tobin. Kevin Navis and Dante Sima round at the top 4 rows, and completing the top 10 will be Giorgio Markenstein and Max Costa. Niels Strand and Lex Quintons will line up on row number 6 according to what I've got here. Martin Herrera and Dominic Shapers round out row number 7. Dylan Hummel, Magnus Licht, Nathan Marischal and Sven Slagnolen will complete the grid, as they are going to get things underway very, very quickly indeed. It looks like, with the way drivers are wanting to get this done and dusted. They want to make sure that they are in the final a little bit later on. The top 6 go through. The remaining 11 will fall by the wayside. We've already got somebody off. And it looks like that kart is taking no further participation in this second chance. So that driver's opportunity to get into the top 6, that driver now will have to wait and sit by the sidelines at Marshall post number 2. 7 minutes plus 1 additional lap on the timer. After this, we'll then have the last 6 races. This is race number 14 of the meeting. So, with sunshine bathing the circuit at this late stage of the day, it has kept everyone guessing. Now the guessing for the senior second chance heat goes underway, as the timer has started counting down, and it's a scramble through turn 1. On the run through to turn 2. Looks like it's Sven Slagmolen that did not make it to the start, but Robbie Storder looks to have gotten an early advantage as they head into turn 4 for the first time. Battle for second really heating up between 3 to 4 drivers. Kevin Navis now finds himself in the drop zone as we make our way through into Escargot for the first time. Looks like it's Wesley Eckhart that rounds out the top 2 on the Comp Kart chassis. So, lap 1 about to be completed. Leading the way, it's Robbie Storder. Second, it's Kaz Tobin that I think, well, Kaz Tobin was trying to make it through. Oh, dearie, dearie me. There's Enzo Dickenberg in the back end of this, as third and fourth have started squabbling. They're still side by side, and into turn number 3. That's given the perfect opportunity for Enzo Dickenberg to get through for 4th place. And now the train continues to expand behind Kaz Tobin on the Mad Croc Promotion, the Croc Promotion chassis. Navis and Shapers round out the top 6 drivers. Not too far from that, Luca Brima, Vincent van Kerkhoffen and Martin Herrera with Dylan Hummel rounding out the top 10. As off the circuit goes Nathan Marischal, left side tyres hitting the grass. Robbie Storder still leads. Enzo Dickenberg gets through. That's 3rd place for the 352. Neatly done, tidy overtake. Now has to go and fight with Kaz Tobin, maybe even Robbie Storder. Storder's got a 4.5 of a second lead after the opening 2 laps. In second chance heat terms, that is literally next to nothing. As the field makes its way into Chemin de Fer. And again, Dominic Shapers as now who on? Oh, big moment there going into Escargot. That was up and over. Oh, hate when that happens. Again, the signing of desperation. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the move. I'm fully committed. Oh, and I've just mucked it all up. And not only has that person mucked up somebody else's race, they mucked up their own. Enzo Dickenberg now up into second position, having got past Kaz Tobin. Someone has just run wide. So, yeah, looks like Giorgio Markenstein might... Oh, and we've got another one pulling to the side. That's one of the GKS carts. Not too sure who that might be. Is it Vincent van Gaalkoffen? Not 100% sure. But one driver is not taking any further part. It could be Lex Quintans. Oh, and another incident again. This time, Milos Sjöstrand had, I think it was the 3 Dante Sima, just literally dived in. We know they're desperate to get into the second chance heat, but it's just mistakes. Like literally, Milos Sjöstrand was going to close that door off. She compensated for it. And sometimes, if you see a gap, yes, there is the old Ayrton Senna proverb. Everyone knows it off by heart. But there are times when discretion is the better part of valor. And that has just cost Milos Sjöstrand and also Dante Sima. Now, I'm not going to afflict blame to anybody. It's more a case of making the right call, making the right judgment. Is that driver going to cut across me and be on the racing line? Have I got room to make the maneuver? Can I try it and see what happens? You could say yes to all 3 of them, but then sometimes by using the better form of common sense and just like analysing it, yes, you've got to make split-second decisions. But that is a perfect example of when someone decides to go for a move and it goes wrong. And that's not just the only time that's happened over the course of the race day. It is Vincent van Gaalkoffen who I think might have gone. We are down to 13 runners in this. We started with 18, now we're down to 13. So Robbie Stordeur, Enzo Dickenberg, Kevin Navis, Kaz Tobin, Wesley Eckhart and Dylan Hummel are the 6 drivers that could be going through. We've got 1 minute and 40 seconds still to go on the timer. But of course, we have seen it before, where the top 6 that make it across the line first are not necessarily the drivers that end up going through. I've seen penalties being issued for either for contact or for front-fairing penalty, or someone's been found to be underweight. It has happened before. But Robbie Stordeur still continues to lead. We're on to lap number 7. So we've got 1 and 1 more to go, so we'll have 8 laps. Maybe even 9. Yeah, so it'll be 3 laps in total, so that'll put us on to 9 laps as we come towards the end of the race, and also the last opportunity for some of the drivers to make it through. So Robbie Stordeur has a comfortable lead at the minute, but this is a very interesting battle towards the... Now, that is... Well, Martin Herrera... right, Dylan Hummel is just ahead of Max Costa in the 369 and Martin Herrera. Herrera is running with Montevort Motorsports, the father and son team of Roland and Erwin. Ronald and Erwin. And might be under threat here. And now it's happened. Well, Herrera's got through. Herrera is at the front of that train, and now the battle really starts kicking off between these drivers, because we've run out of time. 1 more lap to go after this. So Robbie Sauder has done everything right. And has just led every single lap. And the last lap is underway. Enzo Dickenberg in second. Kaz Tobin, Kevin Navis, Wesley Eckhart, and now Max Costa gets through on Martin Herrera, but Herrera is fighting back. And also, one of the other drivers, Dylan Hummel, is coming back into this. Herrera's got through. Oh, now, was there a touch between 7th and 8th? I think there was, because they were side by side ever so briefly. So again, just that opportunity, and then, oh no, we've had a moment. That's the 369. There's somebody else involved in that, and that was Dylan Hummel. So Max Costa and Dylan Hummel have just cost themselves an opportunity to get through. Robbie Sauder wins the second chance heat on the road. Kaz Tobin in second. Enzo Dickenberg, Kevin Navis, Wesley Eckhart, and Colombia's Martin Herrera on the road have booked their place in the top 36 final a little bit later on. Obviously, every single result called by myself is provisional, pending sporting checks. Luca Prima, Nathan Marichal, Dominic Shapers, and Dante Sima ran at the top 11. Milas Jostrand, who had Dante Sima up the inside through at turn number 6 earlier on, ends up 10th. And ends up costing Milo the opportunity to maybe move a little bit further up the field. Very tough for the Swede, but it's a learning experience every single time you go out on track. Dylan Hummel and Max Costa, well, they were on the verge of getting through. Neither of them did. Vincent van Kerkhoffen out on lap 3. Lex Quintons and Mike Mislich lap 2. Giorgio Merkenstein lap 1. And Sven Slagmola before we even got started.